We're going to talk about the YouTube app. Something very interesting going on here. Something that I think I wouldn't do, and something that I would definitely improve on. This is basically my consultation on the YouTube app. Some holes that they've missed, okay? Now, keep in mind, aesthetically, the app is general purpose, basically. It's the format is the same. All apps have the same format, you know. You have your bar at the bottom, right here, which is limited space. So they only have home, shorts, subscriptions, library, and to add content. And then up top, that's the footer bar. And then up top, the header, you have basically, you know, you can go back, you can search, you can microphone, I guess, text to search, speak to text, search, RSS feed, and then you have a menu that opens up to nowhere, just nowhere, right? Nobody probably uses that, waste of space. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is, this is what we call, I believe, backflow. In other words, the app goes backwards in a direction I don't want to go. It creates an extra activity for me to perform, okay? Now, first thing, how does it start? Well, YouTube has created an autoplay doing its previews. So if you hold on to the video, if you scroll a certain way, the video will play. The video will play, you can listen to it, you can hear audio. Ironically, this one is the 4 laws of UX design. It's kind of funny, it's irony to this, but
most important
you
laws
can hear the
of
video.
UX
It won't
design
play
that you
sound
need to
because
know.
I'm using a recorder, but you can hear the video. You can turn the video off, you can add captions, you can take captions off, you can do all that, right? It'll do this every time you scroll. First problem is there's no way to stop this. It just goes on and on. In order to stop it, you have to scroll off of the video to get it to stop. Okay? And you scroll back down, it starts again. Now, what are we here for? Well, we're here for this. Again, there's a name for this. I forgot the name for this menu. I don't know. I don't think it's a hamburger menu, but there's a name, particularly when you use the 3 dots as a menu. I forgot. But when you click on this menu right here, and I don't know how we ever identify this as a menu, but whatever. When you click on that menu, this is what comes up. Play next cue, which makes no sense because I guess that's the next video. If I scroll up, save to watch later, that's very helpful because that's what I do a lot. Save to playlist, that's also one that I do a lot. And actually, these two are redundant because if you click save to watch later, if you click save the playlist, in that playlist is the watch later category. So these two right here are redundant. Save to watch later and save the playlist are both redundant. You only need save the playlist. So again, they're wasting more space. And I can show you that, but I'm not going to do it right now. You can download the video. You can share the video. You can remix the video, and you can report the video. Okay. And based on the hierarchy, this is the preferences their research indicated are the most important to people. Obviously, it's not reporting. Obviously, reporting videos is not the most important to people. But the one thing I question is, where is the subscribe button? You see, there's no subscribe button. I can't subscribe to the channel from this preview screen. I can't subscribe to the channel from this preview screen. And that's a problem. Because maybe I'm like, you know what? Let me just subscribe to the channel. I can't. In order for me to subscribe to the channel, and this is what we call, this is This is the backflow. In order for me to subscribe to the channel, I have to click on a video.
Zapier's automation is the easiest way to efficiently grow your business.
And then,
Get a
a
lead from a
bunch of stuff
campaign,
comes up,
automatically
all the ads,
add it
all
to your
that stuff,
CRM,
right?
and send a
And now I
message to a
can control the
salesperson.
video. I can stop it. And it's the only way I can subscribe. I'm not going to subscribe to his channel, but this is the only way I can subscribe. Okay? Now, after I do that, I can go back to scrolling what they believe I want to see. But here goes the problem. Maybe I want to go back to seeing what I want to see, and that's the backflow. It's funny that in those laws of UX design, backflow is one of the laws that we don't break. So what you just saw is a backflow. You want to keep the user doing what they want to do, which is go forward, not back. So they just created an extra step for me. Had I been able to subscribe, I could subscribe. Oh, this channel looks interesting. Let me just subscribe. And then I can go on and look back. I can go on without looking back. I can go on forward to the next video. Oh, let me subscribe. But if I want to subscribe, let's say I'm doing this and I see 5 channels I want to subscribe to. Guess what? I got to do it
What's
again.
up, YouTube fam? This is Wesley, UX designer based in Los Angeles, California. Welcome back to the channel.
I got to subscribe, then I got to come out and exit out. Or do you really need to exit out? Let's see here. Maybe
so here's how it all started. Now, I grew up in a very ordinary working class.
I pause. Well, you don't really need to exit out. But this right here is what we call backflow. And it's a no-no. You should never have backflow. It's not really
I have come up with one of the best homepage layouts that optimizes both user experience.
They developed this app a long time ago, before that became a rule. But it shouldn't do this at all. I should be able to, if they like. So I'm going to show you now. If you click on this, save to watch later, and then you see the list. These are all my save to watch later, right? But if I click on share the playlist, you see right here, watch later is a part of the playlist. You see that? Watch later is a part of the playlist. So you have save to watch later. And this is what I mean by the problem. This is where the problem starts. You have save to watch later, and then you have save the playlist, where you have watch later. So they could remove the save to watch later, pull down the play next in queue, which what does that even do? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. They can pull down the play in next queue. Wow, that was mad deceptive. They can pull down the play in next queue, and above that, at the top should be subscribe, because I want to subscribe to this channel. I want to subscribe to this channel right now. Okay? And this is what I mean by this is how things begin and end. So when you have things that begin messed up, they end worse. So by having the save to watch later, which is redundant, because that function actually happens when you save to the playlist, now you have this backflow problem, which is basically this. I click on a video.
I have come up with one of the best homepage layouts that optimizes both.
And then I want to get back to where I was at, because now I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't what I was looking at. There was another video I wanted to see. And I go back. That's the backflow. Okay? And that's it. So backflow is one of those things in UX that we don't want the user to experience, because it's just creating extra steps. As you know, more steps, more actions to get to the desired result causes that issue for the user, and we don't want to do that. It makes them frustrated. It makes them timid. If you didn't have a lot of if your brain wasn't part of the routine of this app, it would be a stress on you. You would be like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't like it on my phone. Let me just go to the desktop, because the desktop's a whole different experience. It's more roomy. I know it sounds cheesy, but that's how people would think about it. It's more roomy. It's easier to navigate, right? Because remember now, we're doing all this with my thumb. There really is no navigation here. Everything's with my thumb. All of these options are with my thumb, okay? And this is interesting too. I didn't know this. So play in next queue actually doesn't do anything. It takes me to sign up for premium. That's mad deceptive. I could do a whole video just on that. That's mad deceptive. It should say, technically this should say get premium. That's what this should say. This should really say get premium. You know, I think the next phase of this is I'm going to start correcting these sites. I'm going to start working on correcting these sites, showing how they should be laid out properly. That's what I think the next evolution of this. I'm going to do 2 more videos like this, and then I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks, maybe it'll take me about a week, next week or so, correcting these flaws and showing you how I fix these flaws as a product designer, because I won't be doing UX research. I'll just be doing product design. But I wonder if, you know, they did I wonder if they did UX research on this. I wonder if they realized, like, hey, I know they didn't do research on this play next in queue, but I wonder if they did research on the save to watch later, or say the playlist. And again, this is what I mean by when you start. We used to have a saying in another profession I was in when I was a filmmaker, you know, shit in, shit out. That referred to capturing audio. If you capture bad audio, your editing audio is going to be worse, right? So you can do a hot switch to save the watch list, right? Nothing else to do. That's it. Save the watch later. Now, that's how subscribe should work. I should be able to subscribe like that. Nothing else to do. So save the watch later should be the subscribe feature, because save the playlist, watch later, it defaults to that. It defaults to that. I can add as many as I want. It defaults to that. Okay? So there's no need for it. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, check that out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Later. We out of here.